So, Pax East is officially over, and this was actually my first PAX being a spectator and not working. It was a blast. I got to meet so many cool people, streamers, spectators, just everybody. It was amazing. I could not have had a better trip. I was sick for some of it, so actually I could have had a little bit better trip. We got to play some really cool indie games. Unfortunately, we didn't get to be in any of the lines for the bigger games like Dreadnought or Overwatch, but I am excited for when those games come out because they do look really good based on the gameplay that I saw there. There's some really cool indie games that we did get to play, and I'm excited for those as well. I'm going to see if I can get some footage from some other people who game capped a little bit of it. Alright, so let me tell you about some of these games that we got to check out. So, we played a few games. One of them was called Zombie Vikings, and it's drawn in like a very new age cartoon, big bobblehead type characters, and they're really funny looking. The dialogue is hilarious for the game too. You get to pick from a handful of the different characters. They all have different abilities. It's a party co-op game, and we were playing it on a PS4 up to 4 people. And so every character you choose had a different ability. So Vern's person would vomit skulls that would explode. My girl would transform into a crow because she was raised by crows. Her name is Kaka. So obviously I picked her, knowing my bird and bike story that you guys might remember. So I obviously picked her, and she transforms into a bird and dive bombs people. Another lady, I don't know her name, but she turns into like a giant bodybuilder woman, and then she explodes. So it was just hilarious, and you have to run through the levels together and like fight these bosses. And like I said, the dialogue is just hilarious, and like it doesn't make much sense, but it's really funny, and I can see it being a great party game for like just a bunch of friends getting together and just playing this ridiculous Zombie Vikings game. There was another one I played that I really enjoyed called Fortified, and it's a third-person tower defense type game, and I think they said there's like 4 to 5 different classes. I played as an astronaut, there's an engineer, there's like a scientist, and they all have different guns that they can use and different abilities. Like one person had a jetpack that they could fly up in. My guy had a TNT grenade launcher type thing, and you could stick TNT to these aliens. So the aliens would come down, and it would show on the map where they were going to start coming from, and you would have a building round. So you could go through and you could build, and you would have there's landmines, there's electrocuting machines that stick to the wall and electrocute, there's turrets. So you have a time to build, and you get to build all around the map, and then when you're ready, the whole team gets to start, and the aliens come in, and you have to stop them from getting to your tower. Another game, I saw Liz play this one. I'm not sure if I would play this, but they do have a demo, so we might try it on stream. It looked really interesting. It's called Albino Lullaby. And let me show you the card for this one so you can get an example of this game. This is Albino Lullaby. And they do have a demo already to play, and you can pre-order all these games I mentioned. You can pre-order all of them. This one is actually available to play on the Oculus Rift, but it wasn't set up to demo with it, so we didn't get to try it with that. And this is another one of those escape type games. It's really eerie adventure, and they called it they said it was scary, but there's no jump scares. So since I didn't play it, you'd have to ask Liz more about that. So I'm not quite sure how it's a scary game without jump scares, but it was like another puzzle escape the room type thing. So the demo is available for that one, and we might actually play that because I'm interested in seeing how that game plays. There was another game that is called Homesick, and I picked up a card from that one. And it's funny because the cards, all these games have business cards on the tables you can pick up for, but this one had creepy postcards. There, you can see that. And it's an escape the room type game. It's a point and click adventure, and they only limited it to 5 minutes per person to play, which kind of stunned because 5 minutes isn't that long, and I mean, I go through everything and, you know, try to read every little thing. So I was trying to go through the game fast, and I didn't really get too far in it because since I wasn't reading things, I was trying to run through it in my 5 minutes. I didn't really get too far, and I missed a lot of details. So I would like to sit down and actually play that game more. They said it's actually a scary horror game, but I didn't get into that part. I guess your character goes in between like scary dreams and like reality, and when you're in the dream, you have to like run away from these things, and you have a hatchet, and like you gotta swing it at these things attacking you. So we don't know. I don't know what that is. So when Homesick comes out, you know, I look forward to trying that out. Another game that I saw, but I didn't get a chance to play myself, was called Kona. And it was a really small independent game. It's actually on Kickstarter. So it's an action-adventure survival RPG, and it's set in 1970s in Canada, like Quebec, Canada, I think they said. Somewhere in Canada. And the graphics on it were beautiful. Like, absolutely beautiful. So I'm really looking forward to seeing more about that game when it comes out. Like I said, it is on Kickstarter. It reached its goal, so it's gonna happen. It's gonna be a game.